Welcome back, fellow future filmmakers, to part 2 of the making of The Secrets We Keep. If you missed last week's video, the link is down there in the description, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss another video. Also, be sure to follow us on our Instagram page for weekly movie suggestions, filmmaking quick tips, updates on new YouTube posts, filmmaking horror stories, and so much more. This episode is dedicated to the 2 lovely future filmmakers who helped me in this project. They are the very reason that this short was able to happen, so I'm very thankful for you, James Feaser and Cooper Toy, and all your effort on this project. This episode is for you guys. Hello guys, welcome to post-production. This is where all the magic happens in the editing room and everything is so easy and just always goes your way. Not really. But today I'm going to show you how we created both the car crash scene in The Secrets We Keep and the breakup short. I'm going to do a little recreation of the breakup short to show you exactly how we pulled that effect off. So in here you can see I have all my videos uploaded in the editing software. Kind of an interesting fact, for some reason I had a bunch of shadows in this shot. You can see that there's just this very random shadow in the middle of Hunter's face. I could not for the life of me tell where that shadow was coming from. So what I did, just to be a little smart and quick thinking, is I gave him a hat, where I told him to wear a hat, and it kind of made it seem like the shadow was coming from the hat instead of from some random thing in the car, which it was, and it just fixed. It was a quick fix. So obviously this was the opening of the short, but we're going to focus on the car crash part. So I've just dragged this video in here. This is the part where Hunter is dropping his keys, fiddling around. I'm not quite sure if this is actually, I don't think that's the one I used. I think there was another one that I found that was better. I think it's this one actually. So we can go ahead and take that one, drag it into our timeline. Out of focus. Action. And funny, I said that. It was all out of focus, sadly. Okay, so obviously you would crop the ending of this to get rid of Hunter looking at the camera, seeing if he did a good job, which he did a fantastic job. And then we cut me saying action, which is, I'm still in there.
Come on.
Then I cut to Hunter
Set. Action.
trying to start his car. And I might have used this one.
Set. I'm sorry.
This is a very good example of me not being clear on what I needed for the scene, and I left my actor confused.
It's out of focus.
Because what I really needed was, or wanted technically, was some longer of him holding and trying to start the car, but we didn't end up getting that.
Ready, set, action.
Due to the lack of communication. He missed the keyhole right there. I think that's the one I used.
Set, action.
So I cut it to the part where he tries to insert the key. Obviously in the final product I added in some car not starting sound effects because his car really would start if he had turned it all the way. Now this is the shot that is the reason I'm making this video.
Make sure we have it. Okay, brace yourself, Hunter. Okay. Your battery's low.
This is initially what the clip looked like. So we have...
Yes, it's going.
My mom's filming. We have Hunter bracing for impact, the car driving away instead of towards Hunter's vehicle, and then Hunter preparing to be hit. So in order to pull this off, what we did is we
Yes, it's going.
reversed the clip. So starting about right here and stopping probably around there. We're just gonna blade this. I pressed, went to effects right here, went to reverse clip, and after this loads, we will have a car crash. Also, you can speed it up. I don't remember if I sped it up, so let's just look to see what it looks like. Definitely sped that up. And he braces for impact. So, fast. We're going to go probably about 2 times as fast. And then you have a car crash. And you cut straight to black and add the car crash sound effect, and it's pretty believable. With just a little bit more tweaking and editing here and there, this is what your final product will look like.
Come on!
So now you know how we did it. I pulled myself up very closely to the tree. I drove very fast backwards. I reversed and sped up the clip of me driving away from the tree, and it made it look like I drove into the tree. And then went quickly to black and added a car crash effect. Very simple, very easy, filmed with a tripod. Try this at home, but do it right. You don't want to mess up your baby. I didn't want to mess up my baby. So this is one of the outstanding camera techniques that James Feaser used while working on this project. In this shot, he blurs the focus of the lens as he's zooming out to really sell the effect that Ella Lawton has just gotten a car crash. Her vision's blurry, she cannot focus, she can't see. So that's why the world is like blurry around her and it's going in and out of these blurs. It's very, very cool looking for someone who was just a junior in high school at the time. The blood we used was food coloring, which I don't suggest using because it's very hard to get off the skin. I also used food coloring in the experiment short, but for a more recent project, I used fake blood from a Halloween store, and it only cost 99 cents for a very small packet. So it wasn't too pricey, and it came right off the skin. It was amazing. Here, you can see that James Feaser is slowly zooming out as I see my sister. So the second that I see her dead in the car seat beside me, she also comes into full view by the audience, which is very cool. Both these shots, the one with him going in and out of the blurs with the focus, and the zoom to reveal my sister's lifeless body, are very, very amazing shots, and they really highlight James' talent for filmmaking. I worked with two different cameras in this shot because at the time I only had one really nice camera and then one not so nice camera. This shot was shot with the more unprofessional camera, and it had so much noise. The coloration was not professional looking. So, utilizing a software that made the computer run very slowly, Cooper Toy went in and cleaned up this image, got rid of noise, and he put a lot of work into this. So another shout out for him. He also stayed on hold with Apple one point when suddenly my post-production computer stopped working and we thought we had lost everything. So special thanks to these boys. You really saved me on that one, Cooper.
I gotta see her. I gotta see her. I can't let you do this, sir. But I gotta see her. I can't let you do that, sir. Only family and friends.
Before you ask, yes, this was filmed at a real hospital. My dad works at a hospital, so I was very lucky to receive the opportunity to go to a hospital and film this. This is a real hospital security guard, which is really funny. I've had people comment before on how this is a very dramatic scene with an actor that's not acting very dramatic. We're all unprofessional actors, and these were all volunteers, so I think he did a wonderful job. This was not the first take. He had to do several takes, and this one was such a huge improvement from the first one that we did. These people were very much put on the spot. People are awkward on camera. It takes a lot of experience to learn and grow, and I think all the people that I worked with did a fantastic job, and I'm so lucky to have worked with them. And here's a funny story. So I got into costume while the others went to set up the camera, so I was separated before I ever walked on set. Once I finished designing all this, I tried to go find the others, but had no clue where they were. So I ended up wandering through the hospital trying to find my crew, and a nurse ends up finding me before they do. One who knew nothing about the project and thought I was a patient. So it took some explaining. It was very funny.
Hey, Maddie. Hey, how you feeling? How was that?
Okay, so this is like one of the most crucial lines in this entire short trailer, whatever it is, and you can't hear it. So like, audio is so important in filmmaking. So important. We didn't have mics, we didn't have anything. We just had one mic on the camera, and this very crucial line is completely drowned out. It's so important. He says, "Ella is dead." And if you remember, I was the girl playing Ella and my sister was the girl playing Maddie. So this means that people think Ella is dead, meaning they think I'm dead and that I am Maddie. And that's very crucial to telling the story. So the fact that you can't hear that line kind of, in a way, takes away so much from this film of what we were trying to do. So here I show a series of shots depicting me dressing up to pretend to be my twin sister. If you remember, in the beginning I wore sweats and a bun because I'm the type who dresses for comfort, not to impress. But in the story, I felt responsible for my sister's death, so I decided to keep her alive by taking her place. In this mirror shot, fun fact, I'm actually listening to In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. For some reason, that song makes me very emotional. So that's how I capture the emotion of this shot. I didn't necessarily want the headphones in there, but it kind of had to stay because that's the only way I could get this very emotional look on my face. The reason I'm so emotional as I look in the mirror is because I look so much like my sister that it's just sad to see her again, but not it actually be her. Okay, so I meant to miss the door handle. Someone watching this thought I actually didn't mean to do that and just left it in there. No, I intentionally missed that. It was in the book. And if you didn't notice, there's the camera in the reflection on the door. And I know that might seem like a rookie mistake, but hey, if you look very closely at the glass on this door in this scene, you can also see a camera. Guess what movie this is? This is Titanic. So we all make mistakes, even the professionals. In this part, I did a good job of extending the audio track of voices of one clip over the other clip so it doesn't feel like you're taken out of the scene. It feels like they were filmed right next to each other. However, my one complaint is you see a lot of kids down this side of the hallway and then no kids on the side of this hallway, meaning it kind of makes you feel like they were taken at different times, which they were. And then another thing, these people right here, these boys, are about to pass me as I'm walking. So they should have been passing me in this second or already passing me. Just something to think about. Being very intentional with your actors. Obviously, these were real students. I was filming this actually when people were going to classes. These people weren't really in the video by choice. So I didn't have them to come back and like walk again past the camera. But that's something to definitely think about in filmmaking. That's the next level that I had at that point had not reached. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I broke down the secrets we keep. I hope you guys find this video very helpful in your filmmaking journey. Last week we did a free giveaway for our next subscriber, so click that subscribe button and comment your name below to receive a free Secrets We Keep book signed by my sister and I. And this is not the book, but be sure to subscribe and comment your name below so you can be our winner. Lastly, make sure you tune in next week for our first ever video in the filmmaking tips and techniques series. We're gonna cover 8 tips on filmmaking, 8 things that I have learned in my filmmaking experience, and I'm so excited to share that with you. So be sure to check it out next Friday, and remember to join us on our quest any way you can because it's our turn to make it happen. Welcome back, fellow future filmmakers. What's the other thing I wanted to say? Down there in the description. I really hope you can't see my foot. Take 2. Why is it the minute I slap this thing, I get nervous? I don't understand. It was perfectly fine a second ago. Oh my gosh. Ugh, stop. I just want food, and the sooner I get this done, I get food. All I had was a bagel for lunch. For breakfast. It's not really that funny. There's someone in the bathroom. I don't want to get judged. Okay, it's not funny. I really want to eat. Okay, I don't know why. It's just the minute I do the ending, I start making all these bloopers. If you're a future filmmaker and you've ever directed before and you've worked with people who make their own bloopers, like they purposely make bloopers, it's the most annoying thing on earth. I'm like, can you not? Can you just do the scene? Ew, I just spit. Oh man, I hate myself. There it is. That's on camera. This is not the book, but we're gonna do... Sorry. Okay. Lastly, oh, that was so loud. Where's the leave it right there, just in case it's not good. Oh, you're still recording. That's so embarrassing.